Welcome in. You're watching the Blue Demon channel. So today we are welding some aluminum. My filler metal of choice today is ER5356. It is regarded for its high shear strength and anti-corrosive properties when dealing with seawater or salt water. So stick around and let's see how to wet in some 5356. So here we have our aluminum weld. Now you'll notice this one looks pretty nice and consistent. But if you are having results that are varying, we need to talk about gas coverage, material cleanliness, our hertz, and our balance. All of those are key determining factors into the failure or success of your upcoming aluminum weld. So our balance is represented in a numerical percentage value. Now, a 50-50 percentage, that would be 50% DC negative, 50% DC positive. Personally, I like about a 25-75% mix. So that means 75% of the time we're actually generating a weld, 25% of the time we are generating our cleaning action. As long as your material is relatively clean and you have adequate gas coverage, these are some pretty basic settings that should be tried and true. So once we have figured out our ideal DC negative to DC positive percentage blend, we need to figure out our hertz. So our hertz is actually talking about how many times per second that we are switching between that DC negative and DC positive. I personally like something around 120 to 125. If you're used to older Miller machines, that would be between a 60 and 80 hertz settings. The quicker it goes back and forth, the higher we can set those ranges at without destroying our tungsten. At a lower 60 hertz, a lot of times, especially if you're still an old timer, a Heliar guy and using pure, we can still get that pure tungsten to dangle and wobble around quite a bit. But those higher hertz settings can switch between those poles quick enough that we can still use our favorite tungsten, our favorite settings, and sometimes even manage to keep a point on our tungsten while welding aluminum. Now, when it comes to tungsten selection and gas nozzle, we're going to want a multi-mix blend of some sort. Today, I'm using the pink multi-mix from Blue Demon. Fancy that. And I'm also using an edge cup. Now, depending on the size of the cup, we do not need a lot of gas coverage for aluminum. It is non-reactive to the environment, so 7 to 10 CFH in most scenarios will be fine. If you're using a slightly larger cup, make sure you bump that up a little bit. The ways we can notice if we do not have ample gas coverage: if the tip of our tungsten is still turning colors, we either do not have ample gas coverage or a long enough post flow. Remember, when we're welding with aluminum, the DC positive side of that waveform on the AC cycle is extremely heating up our tungsten, so a little extra gas coverage goes a long way.